Our next speaker is a native of Lawrence County, Indiana, a retired member of the U.S. Air Force, General Jonathan George, who ended his 30-year military career having served every president since Ronald Reagan and having flown top-secret missions as a U-2 pilot. In August of this year, Jonathan returned home to build a house on the farm that his family has owned for 7 generations and to raise his children in southern Indiana.
I knew Bill when I was a young man. Bill served in World War II when he was 19, not too much older than I was when I was young and would listen to his war stories. On the day he was buried, there were 4 people that attended his burial. My father, my son Graham, one of Bill's relatives from far away, and myself. It was disheartening that of all the lives that Bill had touched, so few of them remained here at home. That's how much Indiana has lost over just a few years. Every now and then I visit Bill's grave, because I don't want our heroes in southern Indiana to just fade away. After listening to men like Bill Paxton and seeing their patriotism, I knew I had to do everything I could to serve our country. The jet floats along in an environment that puts the pilot at extreme altitude. Dances with the Terminator, that area between lightness and total darkness. And stands ready to keep bad guys in their place. Years ago, the great southern Indiana limestone industry cut and carved the stone that would become some of our nation's greatest symbols. The Empire State Building, the National Cathedral, and the Pentagon. Millions of people around the world marvel at their work and see a defining monument to our great American way of life. I wonder who remembers what this place did for America. And more importantly, who is going to help restore our state's productivity and greatness. These places I knew when I was young, they aren't the same now. So much of what I loved about growing up in Lawrence County has changed for the worse. Not all of it, of course, but too many opportunities for patriotic Hoosiers have vanished. I drive by this gas station almost daily and remember that Earl Turner used to own it. Earl understood what a business could do for a community. He understood that a job was about the people you worked with and for, and not the money it made you. And yet, even the places I know change, the values I learned from them never do. Today, Hoosiers have challenges to face. Just like Bill Paxton and millions of men and women who battled the forces of oppression, and the stone cutters worked to turn tons of rock and stone into a lasting testament to the power of the American dream. Once again, we're at a turning point in our great state's history, one where we have to face the challenges of a changing world, loss of jobs, and reduced economic opportunities. But we Hoosiers have always been quick to stand up and grab the future in our own 2 hands and make the world a better place. We are strong, patriotic, caring, independent, and fiercely determined to carve a better future out of today's wilderness. And we're starting now.